Welcome back to the Morning Show on XL7 TV. It's time for This Week in Real Estate with Mr. Bob Zadora of the Z Team of Century 21 Lemac Realty. How are you, sir?
I'm great. A little squeaky. All the pollen and stuff in the air is kind of settling in the throat, and it's got me goofed up.
Yeah.
So if I sound a little, if it kind of moves around more than usual, that's what it is, because I can hear it up here.
That's a bad thing.
That is a bad thing. But that's okay. We'll get by.
Spring is here.
It is. Spring has sprung.
Spring has sprung. That should be opening up all kinds of things. You probably are gathering up listings for the spring rush.
Well, there's 100 listings came on the market this week.
100.
100.
Just coming on.
Yeah. Now, a lot of those are land and subdivisions that are coming on and stuff, but it's still, that's a pretty big number.
Yeah. Houses and properties, 100 new listings.
Yeah. Yeah.
That might be some kind of a record for a week.
I think that's the biggest number I ever saw.
Yeah, I don't remember numbers like that.
And it's like goes all the way back to when we started. I don't think we've ever had that many new listings come on the market at one time.
Wow. That's good.
Well, it is good. It is good. Interest rates are up a little bit. It's slowed things down. I think people are just trying to figure out where we're going and what's going to happen. There's a little apprehension. But life goes on. You know, we were out two different listing appointments this week. One, a spouse passed, and we went out there and talked and, explained what we do and what we can do to help and help them move on to that next phase. Mm-hmm. And it's a tough thing, but we deal with that a lot, and helping them to realize that there is no big push here. Hurry up, sign this contract, and get this under. It's like, no. When you're ready, you start to go through stuff and get some of your grieving out of the way. Get some of your life going forward. Mm-hmm. We'll be here.
Figure out
when
what
you're
the new
ready.
normal is going to be.
Right, exactly. Talk to the kids. There's no big push on this. And they said they had people that were there, like knocking on the door and stuff. I heard you're going to be selling a house. And I'm like,
it's a little cold.
Yeah, a little bit, Bob. A little bit. So I'm frowning on that. So, but anyway, we're out there. We're out there to help people make those big decisions in that time of need when they, to keep them steady, and it's going to be okay. And what are you going to do to help your life go on?
I mentioned a moment ago that people need to get used to the new norm. Do you think they have grasped the fact that these interest rates where there are 5, 6, not even into 7, but 5 and 6%, that might be the new norm for a while?
Yeah, I think we're going to stay in the 6s for a while.
Do you think people are grabbing that idea and saying, okay, look, if they come down, it's a bonus. But right now we just need to plan our life accordingly.
Right. Yeah. And that's the thing, is to be the importance of being pre-approved with that and being able to make that decision based on the higher numbers. Mm-hmm. And like I say, the rates went up a little bit. They'll come back down. It's kind of a moving target, but you can't time the rate. You can't say, well, we're going to wait till it comes to this, because that could come and go, or it may never get to that again.
Yeah, and what happens to the price of your home
In
that
the
you're
meantime,
looking at?
exactly. In the meantime, the prices are still inching up. They're not going up by yards; they're inching up. Mm-hmm. But they're still heading that direction. And there's 400 and some odd houses that are on here. You could miss the house that's for you over, a couple dollars a month. Mm-hmm. in what your payment's going to be.
Back when my wife and I first got married back in the 80s, 1980 to be exact, interest rates were like 9 and 10%.
Yeah, but the average cost of a house was probably about $60,000.
But
that's a relative term.
Relative term is the fact that, yes, it was way higher than what it is now. Yeah. And people just need to realize that things will change and you need to be flexible. My oldest brother always would say, blessed are the flexible, for they don't get bent out of shape. So therefore, just true. Be flexible enough to adjust.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And because you got to live your life. You can't keep staying in mom's basement or in a rental where you're paying the landlord's mortgage by being there. And the rental rates haven't come down at all. There's no return on that investment. You got nothing to show for it at the end of the day. So the quicker and the satisfaction of owning something, that's really a life-changing moment. You know, and to help people participate in that journey is really satisfying. You know, when you get kids in different, and there's a lot of. I went through some of the stuff, and I usually do year to year, but I went through price points. So there's 477 homes on the MLS. In price points between from 25,000 to 100. So homes under 100,000, there's 41 homes that are there. 100 to 200,000 is 98. So there's some good starter homes in there. 200 to 300, there's 121 homes. So if you're coming on the market and that's about your price point, you got some pretty serious competition. 3 to 400, there's 87 homes. 400 to 500, there's 28. 500 to 600,000, there's 28. From $600 to $700,000, there's 18. 7 to 800,000, there's 14. 900,000 to $1 million, there's 13. And there's 21 properties that are priced over $1 million. Now, some of those are big farms.
Sure.
That come up as residential also. But that, you know, when you look at our area, you go, that's a lot of houses at that price point. And even in, you know, the 8s and 9s, that's a goodly amount of competition out there.
I remember back '85 when I had my license for real estate. If you listed a home over 100,000, people looked at you
Yeah.
like you were crazy.
Yeah.
You know, and then that Mendoza line moved up to 150, then it was 200, then 250, and if you listed back in the 80s something at 250, you listed a mansion.
That was a big house.
Yeah.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
a big farm,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? Because I think farmland, you know, you could buy small acreage tracts for $500-600 an acre, but if you listed a farm, a true 100+ acre farm, if you were getting $300 an acre for it, you were pushing the line.
That was a lot of money.
Yeah, you were really pushing the line.
Yeah.
So things have changed.
Oh, yes, sir. And they have. They have.
In today's market, with the interest rates the way they are and the way people are a little bit uneasy, gas prices are, you know, it's no secret.
Sure. Oh, no.
Gas at $3.21 doesn't help anybody. Doesn't kill anybody either, but it doesn't help anybody.
Psychologically.
But it's going to keep folks from traveling around looking
Yeah.
and just doing drive-bys. You know, they're going to be a little bit more conservative and hold back on doing those things.
They'll be a little more thoughtful when they come down.
Right.
You know,
they're going to take advantage of what the internet can bring them, and that's
Right.
where I was headed. The internet at this point in the real estate business has got to be one of your best friends.
Oh, it is. It is. I mean, because they can shop, and they will. They'll shop from the living room. They'll shop from the, you know, don't have to go anywhere. Photography is so good. The information that's on the internet is so good, as school systems and hospitals and all the information. So you can look at 10 communities in a night, you know, in different states, in different areas. You get, you know, different price points. You know, where do we want to go? What do we want to do? I talked to a copper who retired up in Chicago Monday, Tuesday, and they're looking over in Hot Springs Village. He's got relatives over there and stuff. And I told him, I says, I'm familiar with, but I'm not intimately familiar with the community there. And things that he was looking for and where we are here, just a different perspective of things. Got to get out. Just can't stay there anymore. He thought his wife was kind of lingering, and they got their tax bill, and what they pay for like a quarter is what it'd be for a year here. You know, they were worried. Everybody's got their own train of thought. They tax pensions here, okay, because it's income, but I mean, when you look at our tax rate, I says, the first 3 times you fill up your tank with gas and get your license plates changed and your driver's license, you're going to make up whatever it is you think you're paying in income tax. You're going to have the money back. I says, but you get the quality of life here that you're not getting in other places. I says, I can't put a price on that for you, but you should certainly be able to. You're up there living in it every day. And their condo, he's in a condo, and the association fees are so high that it's like taking another mortgage out. and that makes it harder to sell. Those are the kind of things, those are life-changing decisions. It's not just saying, okay, well, we're going to move to Arkansas. It's being able to be able to get away from where you are. That's part of it too.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at your numbers.
This week in real estate, there were, as I said, there's 100 listings came on the market, 3 commercial properties, 57 parcels of land, but 40 homes came on the market. They range in price from $39,000 to $675,000. 4 of them are taking backups. 32 properties sold, a commercial property, 6 parcels of land, 25 homes sold. They closed in a range from $495,000 to $35,000. So the average sale price this week was $233,000 with 112 days on market. 36 properties expired. There were 31 residential price changes. Currently, we have 477 homes listed on the MLS. 186 are in Mountain Home. Year to date, for 2026, there's been 207 homes have sold. The median sale price is $212,000 with 91 days on market. Last year, there had been 224 homes that sold. Median sale price was $204 with 64 days on market. So the market was still moving. It's not gangbusters, but it's still going forward. Life goes on. There's some good opportunities out there with that many homes on the market. Some good opportunities. The rates jumped a little bit. They'll come back down. They bounce around a little bit, but there's some really good federal programs that we're able to get here, which is a good thing because we're here. So if you're in the market, you need information, give my honey a call. She's at 870-405-0793. Check out the website, retiredtoarkansas.net. The cameras are on there. The whole MLS is on there. We pay for an IDX feed. And give her a call. She can walk you through things, explain things, help you get prepared, whether you're moving in, moving out, upsizing, downsizing. We're there for all of it. 870-405-0793.
You're watching the Morning Show on XL7 TV, and this has been This Week in Real Estate with Bob Sedora. We'll be right back. We're going to talk a little Football Friday today, Bob.
Heck yes.
Coach Aries in the house. We'll talk to him
Outstanding.
in just a moment.